What is up, everybody? Welcome to Rusty's Marine, where if your boat floats, we'll probably make it sink. Ha! Um, yeah, we're doing something a little different today. I know I keep saying we're gonna get on the S10, and we will, but I got some stuff I gotta get done first. I feel like I need to get it done first, and one of those things is working on my boat. Um, this is It's a 2015 AR 192 Yamaha jet boat. Uh, so it's basically got a supercharged Sea-Doo motor in it, and yeah, this is kind of what me and the wife do when we want to actually relax, because there's only so much you can do when you're on the water. Um, so obviously this is a big deviation from what my videos normally are, and I was gonna try not to video this, but honestly I just don't have time to make another video this week and do what I gotta do. So the game plan for today, if you can't tell, it is summer, even though it rains 90% of the time, it feels like. But we were actually out on this thing yesterday, and I don't know if you can see it, but I sunburned my forehead, so you know, comes with the complexion, I guess. But anyway, getting off topic here. The plan for today, well, this video, I don't know if I'll get it all done today, because honestly, I have to leave in a few minutes to go run some errands. But I'm gonna I bought a kit to replace this Seadek padding, because yeah, not only is it starting to peel up, it's got some pretty big gashes in it, and you guys won't probably be able to see but it's actually like crumbling, and it leaves black stuff everywhere, and it's driving me nuts. So I dealt with it last year. I bought just like normal. Okay, some things aren't going to change. Let me steady you guys a little bit. Nope, that ain't gonna work. uh I'm still cheap, you know. This is They always talk about how expensive boats are, which is kind of true, but if you do a lot of work yourself, you can save yourself a lot of money. So I found a replacement set of this stuff, relatively inexpensive. I'll probably put it on here somewhere. It's probably not going to hold up great. Just is what it is. It's a cheap Amazon deal. They make really nice, expensive kits, but I am not in the position to spend $600 or $700 replacing this stuff. So, that's the plan. This isn't going to really be a how-to. I will show what I'm going to do to get it off. The bad part about it is getting the adhesive off. So, part of what I'm going to do while I'm out running errands is I'm going to pick up a couple different things to try and help me with that. But the first thing I got to do is get all this mat peeled off. So that is just going to be a tedious process of pulling it. And it's going to break, and it's going to come off in little tiny pieces. I do have one of those rubber wheels for removing stickers, which from what I've read, some people say those work good. I don't really like using them, if I'm being honest, but I may have to. We'll just see how it goes. But now that you know what's going on, and I've been rambling for 5 minutes, I'm going to start peeling this stuff up and get as far as I can. And then probably once I got it all peeled up, I'll check in with you guys, and we'll kind of try some different methods of getting the glue up. And then I get to do that. So Okay, quick update time. This sucks. Uh, it's one of those things. There's a reason why people charge a lot of money to do it. Yeah, freaking sucks. I'm gonna show you where I'm at. I have a very long time into this, but you won't be able to tell when I show you. So, let me do that real quick. This is what the back of what once was a very nice boat looks like now. You can see I haven't even started getting the glue off because I'm still trying to get all this mat off, which I've got the majority of it, but this piece right here and this little section right here is proving to be the worst. From what I've found, this thing, a metal scraper, works great, but you do risk damaging the gel coat on the boat, so use this cautiously. I wish I had a thinner plastic one, which I may cut this one down, honestly, but the plastic seems to work good enough, and it lowers the risk of tearing the boat up. And also, a heat gun makes a huge difference. So I time lapsed a little bit of that, not all of it, because it is a terrible process. My hands already hurt. I know I'm a whiny little baby. It's fine. I did, while I was out running my errands earlier, I picked up Goo Gone. I also picked up Goof Off. So I'm gonna goof off and see if I can get some Goo Gone. Maybe? So we're gonna, once I get all this off, I think we'll do a little side-by-side comparison since nothing else exciting is happening in this video. I'll at least be able to tell you which one of those I think works better, or they work exactly the same. The goof off, believe it or not, is cheaper. But we'll go over all that later. I'm not gonna video anymore of getting the actual mat off, because I'm just gonna be out here doing this forever, apparently. So once I get to the point where I'm using those, I'll start the video back up and we'll maybe pick a spot and do a little side-by-side comparison and see which one we like. But that's all. This sucks. Guess who's back? Back again. It's the next day. Looks same outside. So I don't really remember where I guess I said I wasn't gonna check in until I had all of the mat pulled off this thing. I ended up stopping last night because my hands hurt because I'm a whiny person. But yeah, it took me a very long time to get to this point, which is not very far. And I did some research on this before I started, and some people had said to use a multi-tool with a scraper, and I was very concerned about that tearing up the gel coat on the boat. So I was trying not to do that. But what I ended up doing last night was I actually soaked the mat in the Goo Gone stuff overnight, and just let it soak on there. And I actually went out this morning and bought this. Well, obviously the package is empty, but basically it's a scraper, and this is the other one. I don't know if you can see. This one says Oh, you can't see. You definitely can't see. There's a flexible and a rigid scraper in there. I'm not using the rigid one because, again, I'm worried about it tearing the gel coat up on the boat. But uh, I've done a couple of practice spots with this. Uh, this is a pretty. This has become a pretty useful tool for me. You can use it as a sander. You can cut all kinds of stuff with it. And as it turns out, it works pretty darn well for taking this mat up. So, luckily the rest of the spots weren't terrible. So I'm not too upset I didn't have it for those. But what I'm gonna do is I'll just show you. This thing's super loud and it makes a very annoying sound. So I'm just gonna show you a couple little strips of using it, and then probably do a little time lapse. I'm gonna try and get the rest of this taken off. Okay, so I have this set on the lowest speed, and it goes right through this stuff, so I wouldn't worry about going super crazy high speed on it. But I'll do a couple spots right here, and you guys can see it, and then I got work to do. And that is basically just how fast that works. Obviously, I'm gonna be honest, right now I don't see any marks left behind from it. There's just a small layer of glue left behind, which I'm good with, because that's kind of like a little bit of a safety barrier, in my opinion. That may not make sense, but it does in my head. One thing is this thing flexes. Maybe you can see it flexes. I try to keep a little bit of downward pressure on the bottom just to kind of keep this from pointing down into the surface of the boat. I'm trying to keep it flexed up because I really don't want to scratch this. But as you can see, it makes pretty quick work. This probably would take me 30 minutes of doing it by hand. So I'm going to work on that now that you kind of see how it works, and hopefully at some point today we can put some new stuff on it. That'd be nice. Hopefully, if it doesn't storm. Hang on. Bye. People of the YouTubes and fellow Yamaha jet boat owners, just do yourself a favor and don't buy one of these unless you can pay someone to do this. It is many hours later. Let me see. I don't even know what time it is, if I'm being honest. I have, I don't know, 10, 12 hours just in stripping this off. So, in saying that, goo gone, junk. Goof off, junk. What else? Pretty much everything. It's all junk. None of it works. The only thing, this rubber wheel for a drill, I would venture to say, don't bother doing it without that. The scraper for the multi-tool, great tool, makes quick work of things. You are 98%, that doesn't make sense. There is a 98% chance that you are going to put gouges in the gel coat. So, sorry, I'm leaning against the boat because my arms are tired. In hindsight, you know, when you look out your boat or whatever that saying means, I think, of course, you know, I did the right thing and did research after I started. But I saw some videos where they took and covered the mat with like paper towels, or I think it was paper towels, and soaked them in mineral spirits and then let them sit for 24 hours, like soaking. And now it's a YouTube video, so I don't know, but it seemed like doing that, they pretty much peeled right up. So if I have to do this again, that will be the method I try. I got it done. As you can see, this, I did not clean this perfectly because that mat is only going to stick to the top of this texture, and the top of the texture is clean. So I could spend many more hours getting this perfect. Even this, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, there's still a small amount of residue, and I could spend another hour or two cleaning this thing, trying to get it perfect. But at the end of the day, I'm going to stick mats on it, and they're cheap, so they're probably only going to last a year or two, hopefully 2 or 3, and I'll have to do this again. So I'm not stressed about it anymore because I got the worst part done, I hope. Unless I stick them on wrong and I gotta start over. But that's kind of where we're at. So I have cleaned and cleaned and cleaned, obviously. The last thing I'm going to do is wipe this all down one more time with acetone. And then I will set up the camera and we'll start laying out the pieces that I have and figuring out how we're going to... I think my plan is to lay them out, and kind of tape them in place, and then do the lift them, stick them, lift them, stick them. Can you see me? Can you see what I'm doing? Oh, probably not. It's fine. So basically, we have these pieces. It goes something like that. We have this piece that will go something like that, and this piece will go over here. This is the first time I'm setting these up here, so hopefully they fit. We'll do something with that, I guess. piece of packing tape. That's fine. So that goes something like that. I think we're going to start with these bottom ones. Probably. And this is just going to be unfortunately, these do not appear to fit exactly where the factory ones were. They're a little bit different, but it'll work out fine, I'm sure. Basically, I'm just going to take a piece of tape, stick it down to the boat, then over the edge of the mat. Once I get it where I feel happy with it, we'll take and put another piece down here. And maybe one in the middle. I've never done this before, so if I'm screwing up, I mean, we'll both find out, I guess. I think we're gonna leave it like that. So here's a little bit more of a close-up. I got this lined up where I feel comfortable with it. It gets a little weird here in the corner, but it's just there's not really anything I can do about it. So I've got it where I feel good about it. Good enough anyway. And I taped it like this so that I can fold this up and peel the backing off of it. And then I should be able to, as long as I'm careful, just stick that right back and it should go right into place. And that process is just going to continue on all of them. It seems like they're all going to fit good enough. This one doesn't fit great, but also I'm on the fence about the color, okay? But there's not a lot of good options. If you want to spend a lot more money, you can get, in my opinion, a much better color selection and also probably better quality. But I didn't do that. So we got this camo grayish, blackish stuff. It kind of matches the boat. It feels nicer than the old stuff that was on it, so we're just gonna let it ride. So, surprise, another time lapse. You guys watch. I'm gonna stick, and then we'll wrap this deal up. So I quit wasting your time because you probably don't care about this. So, ha. Ta-da! There it is. Okay, so here is the final result. At least final-ish. I gotta do a little bit of buffing on this thing. There's 2 pads up there that apparently did not come with this kit, so I'm gonna have to see what I'm gonna do about that. But I will figure that out on my own. You know, I don't know. So that's I know it's not an exciting project for most people, but it's one I've been wanting to get done on this thing since the beginning of last season. And I knew if I didn't do it this week that I would probably put it off until the end of this season, because we're already starting to use the boat. And usually once we get into the season, I don't have a lot of time to do this kind of stuff, because I knew it was going to take a long time. So I'm pretty happy with it. It's a different look for me. Usually I like plain, simple stuff. And being like the multiple colors and stuff is a little different. But I don't hate it. And it's in better condition than what was on there. Again, if you're going to do this project, just know it's a ton of work. The next time I do this, because I'm sure I'll have to do it again, I will be investing in an expensive kit, and who knows, maybe I'll be rich by then and I can pay someone to do it. It's probably not going to happen. Even if I had the money, I have a hard time giving it to someone. So anyway, I know this is not a normal video for me. I really didn't want to make a video on this because it's just so far off of what I normally do. But I don't have time to do this and a video this week. So this is what you got, suckers. Anyway, hopefully I kept it short, and hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Get out and work on something, even if it's a boat and not your hot rod. But don't worry, you can't see it. They're over there, and we're gonna get back to working on them, I promise. So see you.